They are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of the rest of them. The work of my life without again.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask you TV menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money. And more I know. And you love me. More I know.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bakulu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of the rest of them. The work of my life without again.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask you TV menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money. And more I know. And you love me. More I know.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money. And I couldn't play ya to money. And I could do ya to money. And I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bakulu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
They are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise of death. The welcome and life with African.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money. And more I know. And you love me. More I know.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmaster.
And I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I connectly ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I connectly ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Toss you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh, that time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lusa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise of death. The welcome and life with African.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money. And more I know. And you love me. More I know.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmaster.
And I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I connectly ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I connectly ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Toss you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh, that time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and I promise my best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Campus and Nima to Lusa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Penku, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Let's go TV, the best in Liberia. Let's go TV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of premise from them. So welcome my life with African.
I live royalty.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you? I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I yo. And you love
Let's go TV, the best in Liberia. Let's go TV, the best in Africa. Let's go TV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I dine ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I quantly ya to money, and I put a boy ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I quantly ya to money, and I put a boy ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Let's go TV, the best in Liberia. Let's go TV, the best in Africa. Let's go TV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? The flesh that time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Campus and Nima to Lusa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Penku, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Let's go TV, the best in Liberia. Let's go TV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. What is our people who waiting to sell? Blessing that time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of premise from them. So welcome my life with African.
I live royalty.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you? I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I yo.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us today again. I don't know, we've been on for like 15 minutes and you guys didn't share the show, but that's okay. We want to encourage you to share the show. Share on your personal profile, share on your page, share everywhere you can so we can get this conversation going. I believe we are on the radio. So I believe we're on the radio, checking with Maybon. Maybon's here, but I'm not seeing him on the camera, but let's add Truth FM. Okay. I think they are there, but probably doing something else. And that's okay. Once again, let me welcome some of you here. Brazilian Monk is already here. Monk, good morning from my end. How are you doing, sir? Monk, are you there? All right.
Hello? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Yeah, I say I'm okay. Doing great. Another beautiful day to be alive. We got a little bit of snow shower last night, late yesterday evening. So, but that's Minnesota. You know, we don't have a stable weather here, so we take anything. We just have to adjust.
So today we say the state of affairs of Liberia. Are you happy? So we're going to be asking our people today. We're going to be giving some updates, and we're going to be also asking them to hear from them whether or not they are happy with the state of affairs of our country, the current status of our country, the happiness in our country. Monk, I don't know if you're available to take. I forgot my charger. I got to wake up for a second.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so you can take care. Let me come back real quick.
Yep, indeed. That will be a nice thing to get feedback from our people concerning the state of affairs. We 64 days into the new administration. I mean, we are not 100-day mark. It makes sense getting feedback. The lines will be open, but there are other things that caught my attention today, most especially the Yeke Koluba debacle from yesterday, because it extended to the OKFM. And there were a lot of lawmakers that end up making a course to follow up with the accusation. I believe Yeke is the most transparent public servant in Liberia at the moment. And we will delve into that as well. And this whole threat coming from the LRA concerning the LRA commissioner, Double Jala, and how lawmakers are threatening him for their duty-free, I don't know how you call that, if they're benefit or however you want to term it. And the last thing that came across my mind today was the whole issue of this embarrassment that has been caused to the president when it comes to the nomination process. So, like Sekou said, we'll be hearing from our people today. We need feedback. It's the best thing to do, to get feedback from our people, and then you know how to build upon that. So we don't come here to just say things out of the blue sky. You want to get feedback from the citizens and the voters of Liberia, and then we can take it from there. So that would be the show today. I don't know if Steve will be having something later in the show, but that's where we'll take it from. Sekou, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Trying to plug the stuff, and then
So getting Maybon set up, right?
I'll be ready to go. So hopefully Maybon is going to come. Maybe they will come later on. But whatever be the case, it's good to be alive, good to be here. And we are making sure, I think Maybon is back, not sure. Yeah, so yes, we want to say thank you to all of you for joining us today. Let me just recognize a few of you. Let me make sure, Fred. Maybon, are you with us, or you stay doing something over there on your own?
I'm here. I know I'm here. Well, let me say many thanks to all of you. And indeed, our monitoring business mobile doing some technical work at the same. But that's also magnificent. Thank you so much. I'm here.
All right, thank you much.
All right, thank you.
And I want to say good morning to our people there in Liberia. Good evening and good afternoon, just depending where you are. But I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us today. And I will recognize all of you in general, everybody that is listening to us on the radio. We want to say welcome. So let's recognize a few people here that have said something that we can see. In Ash for Right, welcome to SKTV. Jula Bond Rush. Welcome. So because you may born as you want to name that Jula Bond. No problem. You ain't got a problem with it.
No,
Jula Bond, welcome to SKTV. Yumotro Kranga, welcome to SKTV. Mustafa Balo. Yvonne Iyo, welcome to SKTV. And Drika Gibson, welcome to SKTV. Samuel Coin. I think all my people then they can count, fast. The female are the most committed people, man.
Oh yeah. When you get
Yeah,
women supporting everything,
I'm telling
you the
man.
man.
The guys are all good. The guys are good. We are good, but we can rely on the females more than ourselves, to be honest. Yeah. So, no disrespect to the guys, but I'm just being honest. Our sisters are dependable. You can close your eye, you can go to sleep, and they will be there. They will have your back all the time. Yeah, Mustafa Balo, welcome. Yvonne Iyo, welcome. Mervyn the Show, my brother from all the way Belgium, welcome. Mapu Dyson, welcome. Welcome to SKTV. Esther Clark Frederick, welcome. And Mata Gay, welcome. Rebecca Gassi, welcome. Ruth Robert Pemba, as always. Welcome to SKTV. Ma Fikpe Flomo, welcome to SKTV. Brazilian Monk, that's our own man right here. When I'm reading, I'm just reading people that have said something on the, right there. And King Ashford already said, Lai Fufana, welcome. Samuel Hollywood, welcome. Yeah, G Marcelia Fokpa, welcome. Bastin Gaylor, welcome to SKTV. Thomas B. Thompson B. Bash, welcome to SKTV. Elizabeth Bowen, welcome. Helen Elliott, welcome. And Orito Zina, as always, welcome. Abraham Cornell, our brother there from all the way New Jersey, welcome. Samuel Queen. Razor Sawyer, welcome to SKTV. Bruno Broswell, welcome. Africans, Nathan, welcome to SKTV. I don't know, for some reason, I'm not just impressed and happy with how people when it comes to sharing the show. Yeah. At least when you have 100 people, you should be able to see 100 shares, right? If ever we're doing it. Some people can do it like more than 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Other people then they can just come here and enjoy. They don't want other people to enjoy the show. That's bad.
That's why I always commenting. I said, don't be selfish. Share the show.
Yeah, don't be selfish, man. You gotta share. You gotta share the glory. So Rose Russell, welcome to SKTV. Elder James Bly, welcome. And Tavis Bashu, welcome to SKTV. Ernestine Bernard. Asata M. Miller. Asata O. Dawson. Eleanor Davis. Sarah Snyder, welcome, all of you, welcome. Eric Genla, welcome, and Kemo Kamara, welcome. I want to say thank you to all of you. So today we say we're going to be asking our people. I hope Melbourne is getting ready to do that, but before we do, there is an article that came out today on Front Page Africa. I think the colleague here with me, and I read it. I did not just, pass my eyes over it, but I read it in its entirety, an eye opener. It is breathtaking. It also justifies and solidifies what we have been saying on SKTV as to who is in control, the level of infighting within the Joseph Nyamubuaga government. Monk, if you don't mind, I want you to read, if you're in a good position to read that article for us so that we can dive into that conversation. Because I read it.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow.
You know, every time we come on this show, we tell our folks, this thing is not about politics. The elections are over. And we said these things on this platform. And Front Page Africa was a little bit late on this idea. And the title of the article says, who is embarrassing the president? Because it's more like an embarrassment. Joseph Boaga came to the presidency with more than 40 years of experience in government. People expect him to be a seasoned professional. But unfortunately, Joseph Boaga is making rookie mistake that even Georgia won't make at this stage in his administration. So Front Page Africa finally came up with the idea, and who is embarrassing the president? And let me just run through this article, and so for our listening audience, it says, who is embarrassing the president? That's the title.
Monk,
It says, yes.
Please, I want you to do really slowly.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
please.
will take my own time.
Yeah, take your time.
You are not good when it comes to slow reading, but I will try my best.
Yeah, take your time.
They say, while the formation of the government as extensive as the Liberian pressing a Herculean tax, one can safely conclude that the last 60% of the government should have been formed before the inauguration. The assertion is made considering that 2 months gap between being declared president and being sworn into office. However, President Joseph Boaga appeared not to have summoned this tax, having gone 61 days into his regime. Appointment to key positions are still ongoing, but with some rigmarole that appears to be causing some embarrassment to the presidency. From the onset, there have been reports of names approved by the president being swapped by some of his lieutenants before the lists are published on the executive mansion website and Facebook pages or page. In other cases, after the list reached the Liberian Senate, the Senate pro tempore, a mention her specifically, that's Nyomli Kanga. She scrutinizes it and confers with the president again before allowing it to be read on the floor of the Senate. Can you imagine that? Additionally, the Senate pro tempore sometimes remove names from present lists before they are read to the plenary by the Secretary of the Senate. A classic example of the latter was quite recent on March 12th, when the Senate pro tempore, Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, was seen conferring with Senator Prince Moy. She was physically seen marking on the paper before, or supposedly, the name of nominees before calling up the Secretary of the Senate, presented him the list. Can you imagine on the floor of the Senate what cameras are rolling? She got or mark or scratching off names before she can give it to the Secretary of State to read those names on the Senate floor. That's just what it means. Presenting him with a list with an instruction as to how to read a list. Though that identical list dated March 6, 2024, read by the Secretary, originally contained 7 nominees. Only 3 were read by the Secretary of the Senate. So they sent 7 on camera. In real time, she scratched off 4 president names and gave only 3 to be announced on the Senate floor. If this is now a gross abuse of justice or whatsoever you call it, or constitutional violation, then I don't know where it is. So the list contained named the following nominees: Mr. Joseph Kopo, Executive Director, Liberia Refugee Repatriation Resettlement Commission; Mr. Jerome Jai, Deputy Director General for Audit Service and Internal Audit Agency. The rest were nominated to the Ministry of Internal Affairs: Mr. Edward Moluba, Deputy Minister of Research and Development Planning; Mr. Emmanuel Wayu, Assistant Minister of Research, Planning and Development; and Madam Ellen Proud, Deputy for Urban Affairs; Mr. Stanley B. Berman, Assistant Minister of Communal Farming; and Lucia K. Tappe, Assistant Superintendent for Development, Montserrat County. However, during the reading of the March 17, only those named to the LRRC or Internal Audit and the Assistant Superintendent for Development for Montserrat County were mentioned. So they are saying of the 7 people that I just listed, 4 of them never they had love in their eyes, but they just didn't make it. So normally kind of for use or eraser and just scratch their name out. Then so it says internal affairs. There's some of these nominees on the masses list, including Mr. Emmanuel Wayu, was subsequently replaced with McDonough T. Williams. According to the report, Senator Kanga Lawrence, who strongly supported President Barker presidential bid, has been strongly opposed to Wayu nomination, labeling him as a member of the former ruling Coalition for Democratic Change. When you decline to comment on matter, however, being an employee of the Ministry of Internal Affairs since the Ellen Johnson era, where you serve as MC for the CDC during the campaign activity out of Monserrado County. So normally Kanga said that guy will not make it. I mean, he's a sedition, so we can cancel him out, and she did. They said, without adherence to the act established by the Internal Audit Agency, the president has nominated individuals to positions within the agency, even though the current occupants still have time remaining in their tenures. And we talk about the tenure position. She said among these nominees are Samuel Newman for the position of Deputy Director for Administration, and Jerome Jaid for Deputy Director, General Audit Services. What raises suspicion in the removal of the pronouncement, for the publication announcing these individuals from the Central Channel, including them he mentioned, the disappearance feel concern of clandestine motive or manipulative action behind the scene. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that these nominees occur while the incumbent, Mr. James Kekura and Mohammed B. Kole, still have 2 years remaining in their respective tenures. Kekura is skilled chartered accountant with extensive experience in forensic and internal audit management, currently holds the position of Deputy Director for the General Auditing Service. Similarly, Kole brings a robust background in financing and accounting coupled with managerial proficiency. You see that, Sekou, how extensive his background is, but guess what? The politics will always come with performance. They say the sudden replacement of Newman and Jai coupled with the vanishing publication has ignited speculation. They move from questions about potential hidden agenda or manipulations occurring behind closed doors. As per Section 5 of the Internal Audit Agency Act, the Director General and Deputy Director Generals are to serve for 4-year tenure. So it means they are violating the Act, with the possibility of reappointment for 2 additional terms. So in other words, they were given 4-year tenure, and based on their position, no matter which government is in power they have, there is a possibility that they could extend 2 other terms. So they could serve for additional 8 years, performance based. Okay. They add also outline qualification for this position, mandating the Director General to be a professional, qualified accountant and a member of the National Audit, the accountancy body affiliated with the International Federation of Accounting, the IFSC. Deputy Director General are required to be qualified accountant with a minimum of 10 years of accounting and auditing experiences. Additionally, the Act stipulates conditions for removal, including gross malfeasance, incapacity, or incompetence. So in other words, they are saying that these guys are highly skilled professional, and other than gross malfeasance, incapacity, or not being able to do their job, that's the only way you can be able to declare their position vacant. But in the case of John B. Kanga, it's just about erasing the name of the list and whether they are sedition or not. So it comes to the next subtopic here. It says the Ministry of Health. They say it has been more than the month since President Barker nominated Rajas Doman as Deputy Minister of Administration of the Ministry of Health and nominated Madam Martha Morris as Assistant Minister for Administration of the same ministry. Controversy has since beclouded the 2 appointments following reports from the president that the list of nominated individuals was altered again, but some folks believed to be in the employment of the president. Appearing on Radio Banga 2 weeks ago, Bon County Senator Prince Moe claimed Bwaka during a meeting with rescue senators at the executive mansion was shocked about the appointment of Doma. Yeah, the rescue people. So technically, the rescue cartel, they are the one doing. Second, didn't we mention this on the show that Joseph Barker was not in control, that the people on the rescue train are the one running this government, most especially in the Senate? And this is it, from British Africa again. So they say at the executive mention, recently was shocked about the appointment of Doman to the position of Deputy Minister and vowed to rescind said position. So it's not Joseph Boaga vowing to remove him, but the rescue uncles and the rescue entities are the one that telling you, if you cross our path, we're just going to take you out. We will care less. I guess what's happening here. They said there were so many senators who were in attendance when Joseph Boaga made an open statement of dissatisfaction over the appointment of Madam Morris as Assistant Minister. Instead, the president openly said he didn't appoint Madam Morris as Assistant Minister, but instead Deputy Minister. The Senate pro tempore is a witness to this. Senator Johnny Pehe from Bon County is a witness also. Besides, other senators were present when the president made a statement. Senator Moise said the executive mansion rebuffs Senator Moi's assertion, saying that those announced were individuals whose name was in list for nomination. Press Secretary Kula Fofana said rumors about names being replaced by those within the Ministry of State are false and misleading. We are a responsible group of people who don't do that, she said. Doma's nomination is said to be on hold, and the Ministry of State is yet to submit the name of the Senate to the Senate for confirmation. Fight for who becomes Deputy Minister for Administration of the Ministry of Health has turned into a battle between Bon and Nima County, the two counties where Madam Morris and Madam Thomas hail from, as political stakeholders from the two counties lobby for their respective interests. This has left many to wonder who is actually in charge of the government. Can you imagine that? Even on the rescue train, they are not even sure of who's in charge. So think about ordinary Liberian people. Joseph Boaga is not the one running this government, my people. It's confirmed. We said it before everyone else, and you are getting a clear indication, a clear picture as to who's actually running the show. We got nothing to say about this. This cannot be politics. It's beyond politics.
Wow. This is beyond comprehension. And I'm glad that SKTV is once again vindicated and once again proven right. When we said there was a serious commotion back and forth, there was power struggle. When we said that Joseph Mabuaka was not in control, people argue with us, people fought us, people attacked us, people insulted us. Now the front page Africa is proving and confirming what we said. Not only confirming, but also pointing to proof and evidence. It is unbelievable. This article is so loaded that you can spend maybe 2-3 hours, digesting it. Imagine the president sending about 7 names, and the president pretend crossing the name with a marker. The D people, they will not be announced on the Senate floor. Who are you to be sending all the kind of name there without our approval? And cross it, and those names will not announced on the Senate floor. Wow. And again, for the president to say he did not appoint Roger Stoma, the former representative of District Number 7, Nimba County, that he did not appoint him to be Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Health. That he did appoint the lady from Bon County. The president showing that anger. Then who appointed Roger Doma to that position? That's a serious question. So that's why we say that these people, they are confused, they are fighting among themselves because they have no sense of direction. They got nothing to show. That's why they want to embark on the so-called asset recovery, to take the people's eyes from the ball, from the real things happening amongst and within their range. Where in the world Joseph Boakai will have 4 months? According to this article, Joseph Boakai had 2 months in between, from November all the way to the 22nd of January, to get prepared after being announced winner. And the president could not form a government. According to this article, the people expected at least 60% of the presidential appointments will have been done before he takes oath of office. That was not done. And the reason why it was not done, the Ome is not in control. He does not know what's going on. We have said it over and over and over. People don't believe us. But I'm glad that Front Page Africa is coming now with this information and quoting the senator. We told you here that Senator Darius Dillon, Senator Prince Moi, Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence, Senator Prince Johnson, Senator James Barney, those people, they are the ones that own this rescue mission. And they are the one that makes decision. They control who to be appointed, who not to be appointed. And yet, to Yeke credit, the representative of district number 10, Yeke continued to ring the names of those people over and over and over about being the ones making appointments. He even said that they are the one that bringing in their.
So Sekou, I just got informed that we should continue with the broadcast. There'll be no 15 minutes of news. We sincerely apologize to our listeners, but just stick and stay. At 8 o'clock, we're going to bring you 45 minutes of news, so we can continue with the broadcast.
All right, thank you. So like I was saying, the purpose that I asked Maybon to go to the Studio B was to hear from the Liberian people. If the president is not in control, if the president listing cannot be respected, if the president is not even aware as to who appoint Roger Stoma as deputy minister, he said, I remember I only appointed the lady as deputy minister, not assistant minister. Where are we headed as a country? What is going on in Liberia? You know, sometimes I can ask myself, how did we get here as a country? What is happening to us? What did we do to deserve what we have right now, what we are getting? What a shame. What a disgrace. And then you have this, people are seeing these gross incompetence and inaptitude being displayed. But yet, people are still faking. People are still praising. You know, every time when I try to, somehow look at the performance of Joseph Nima Boakai in the first 2 months, I can think of Mon's statement when you talk about Liberia government. It's all about staffing agency. The whole country, the only excitement I've seen in the whole country since Joseph Mabwaka was elected is the dancing, partying of family members who have seen their family members being appointed within the staffing agency. The only happy people, the happiest people, are those who have been appointed, you will see them happy, dancing, their family member happy, dancing, their tribe people happy and dancing. But the rest of the country seems to be in a state of dilemma, in a state of confusion, not knowing what's going on, not knowing where to go. At the same time, when we told you here yesterday, I waited for Melbourne to come on camera so we can start to take calls. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Melbourne purposely went over there for us to, start to talk to our people back there. But at the same time, while we are with Melbourne, let me just give you this information. We told you yesterday that Senator Prince Johnson had a conversation with supporters and he told them that they shouldn't worry, that there will be no war in Economic Crimes Court, that the president, he said the executive, he didn't call president, but we know, with Labrador, when you say the executive now, the president is the head. So he said the executive and the Senate have assured him that there will be no war in Economic Crimes Court. So almost nothing going good for the country. The president does not know what's going on. The president is not in control. The president appoints people, change it. People appoint different people. And almost everybody doing their own thing. But my question to you now, Monk, I don't know what is going on, but if this reporting by Front Page Africa is what it is in terms of what Nyomble reportedly did, how will she run for president if your first 2 months as president pro tem, now you're accused of dictatorial tendency, dictatorial attitude on camera? What does that say about the future of Liberia, and if at all she is to run for anything?
Well, I tell you, at the current trajectory in Liberia, there is no future for us. And these are some of the reasons people will keep telling you that democracy doesn't work in Africa. Maybe our people are yet to get the whole essence of democracy, or what they call balance of power. The reason we had 3 branches of government. The senators or the legislatures are the one that's supposed to hold the executive in check, right? The part that caught my attention in this whole article, or from the whole breaking, it's not breaking news because we've been saying it for the longest. I told folks there is a difference between something they call ability and capability. Joseph Boakai, at this time, at this stage in his life, he doesn't have the capability to run a complicated bureaucracy like a government. He's not capable of doing that. We said it time and time with our numbers. Yeah, here's the thing. Can you imagine the man who's making the appointment and the senators are there challenging him of appointment that he made? And not only that, violating an act established by the Internal Audit Agency. When it comes to tenure position, it was specifically written in plain, simple English that both the director and deputy, it talks about their educational background, their working experience with 10 years of auditing experience. And you want to tell me you will override the chief executive because you have personal problem with this individual? That the president is telling you, said, no, I make this appointment. And he said, no, even though you make the appointment, well, we're not giving you those appointments. Imagine that. The people that are supposed to be doing the investigation when it comes to the check and balances in government are the one challenging the chief executive for appointment made to government. And then the funny thing is, the act never only specified their qualification, but also lay conditions for removal that except you got gross malfeasance, you got incapacity or incompetence, and you want to tell me that you're going to ignore? Isn't there a violation of the very same constitution? Look, Sekou, we ain't ready for prime time. We are not going anywhere anytime soon. I keep telling you, Liberia will make progress, maybe by mistake, maybe by some miracle or magical means. Maybe they get a new term now in in governance they call how they call this a visionary dictator, like the porcupines of the war. You know, they are dictator, but they got vision. That not get your 1970 or 1980 kind of a dictator like Samuel Dote. They talk about 21st century visionary dictator. Or maybe when we go to trusteeship and build some form of an institution in the country, let's say over a decade, maybe Liberia will have a hope moving forward. But at the current pace, no, nothing is going to change. And this same action will be repeated 2029. I can bet you that. That is why you see all these lawmakers, this so-called rescue train, whether it's the Delon, the Nyombli Kanga, the Prince Moy, the entire cartel. That is why they told you that even if Baga cannot make it to the campaign trail, they were going to be the one doing the heavy lifting. So the question is, if they were doing the heavy lifting before election, why would you expect them to do the opposite now? Nah, they are the one running the show. And the fear is, and that is why I buy into the idea that they don't want Jeremiah Kun. I tell you, the only reason you pick a vice president is to pick someone who is ready from day one. And that's the fear. Let's assume if Bwaga say I cannot continue this thing, I'm not capable of running this thing. So you are stuck with Jeremiah Kun. And I bet you if you add 10 out of everything, like if they want Jeremiah Kun being the next president, I bet you maybe 8 or 9 would not want to agree with that. But unfortunately, we got to go by the Constitution. What the Constitution says, the vice president become president, whether you like it or not. That's the reason you're picking to be a vice president anyway. So that's what we are, Sekou.
So, but Mom, where Jeremiah Kun in all of this?
Jeremiah Kun just waiting in the wing. That's all he can do. He already knew there's an opposition within the same rescue train, whether it's the Prince Johnson factor or the Jeremiah Kun factor or the Bwaka people who's trying to protect him when it comes to their job and some of these lucrative positions that they were given. Because you understand the fact, and we keep saying in the show, if Jeremiah Kun is made president, the very people that Bwaka appointed, some of them might not live to see the next day. That's the fear. Look, Sekou, the entire country is nothing but staffing agency. I said it time with our numbers. It's either a Chinese buffet or a staffing agency. Either way you want to tell me, you can pick either one or two because that's why it is. Nobody is interested in the long-term future of the country. Nobody looking for competence because if you have senators removing people with an extensive experience in their job as to what they do, and you want to play politics, what do you expect? You're not interested in the forward movement of the country.
But Mom, why would Joseph Boakai to appoint people in a tenure position? Because that's what the article is saying. Joseph Boakai, the one that made it, because there are two things, there are two different things over there. The first thing, the number of people then that was sent to the Senate for confirmation normally remove, according to the story from Project Africa, normally removed, about 4 people, and those names never came back. So what Joseph Boakai going to do about that? And also, how come, if Joseph Boakai was actually aware of himself, aware of what's going on, I sent 7 names to the Senate.
You took out 4.
And then you took out 4. And those 4 never made it back. And nobody's saying anything about it.
And even challenging in the meeting. Don't forget that part. That he questioned them, why you removed those names? And they stayed challenging. That in as much as he made the appointment, they were the one removing their names. So it means he was even aware that the names were removed.
Yeah, but this is what they were fighting. This is why they were fighting. This is why they try to do everything to stay in control so that they can be the one to run the country. So it's been reported that Senator Prince Johnson is kind of relieved and saying that Joseph Boakai will not, sign the document. He's not going to make public the executive order that was drafted, that he showed to the people, to the American people. So the way things going now among the entire country being confused, and nobody is actually, I don't know, man. The whole, the whole Melbourne in Truth FM. I don't know
What's going on, right?
what else going on. Yeah, because they tell us we're not going to,
Going
do
for a news break.
the news
More like-
break, but then you went off 15 minutes, without we seeing anything. I'm not sure.
It almost like you're doing a news break behind the scene, right?
Yeah.
No, but
we
they're on the
see,
radio, so
I don't know whether we're on the
oh, that's
radio or not on the
up.
radio. We don't know, Melbourne, because we're telling you. Yeah, we don't know what's going on, actually. You guys,
What is the setup?
you guys confusing us.
They let that Melbourne scratch off the list that is Sunday protest.
No.
Well, anyway, Melbourne, it's better late than never. Hopefully, everything will be okay. So we are asking the Liberian people the current state of affairs of our country, the current start of our country. So let me somehow deputize Steve here today when it comes to summarizing the article that Monk just read. My people, you're listening, Google, you're listening very, very carefully. The article we just read is telling you the president, Joseph Boakai, appointed people. And the way the job looking, the president make the appointment, the people who are in the Senate, they don't want can, approve it. But whether approve it or not approve it, they have to give the people then their time to appear, to ask them questions. If they not certify now, through vote, through Steve Naka said, Steve Naka. So Steve, come and do that other part. Steve, did you read the article or did you listen to it?
Yes, I read.
Okay. Before we take calls in Liberia, I want you to maybe greet our people and then summarize it in simple English to our people so they can get the understanding, and then they can take some calls.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kane. First of all, I'd like to start off by saying good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Those of you following us on the radio, we want to say good day to you. Thanks to Truth FM and the entire leadership for the opportunity to relay this program. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth, but most importantly, the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Even though some of them are misbehaving in public, but they are still the most beautiful women on earth. Mr. Kenneth, before I relay that particular news to the people. Let me confess and agree with you and Monk today that I agree with you guys, even though I've argued for the past that Joseph Boaga does not know what's going on. Let me confess and agree with both of you. And by extension, by that, I even want to agree with Yeke. And unfortunately, Representative Safoko from District Number 9 and Yeke, who have been pushing the idea that Joseph Yoma Boaga is incapacitated. I want to openly agree today. Joseph Yoma Boakai is an embarrassment to our generation and our time because he knew all of this from the beginning that he could not keep up with this job. He inserted himself and forced himself into the race at all costs, even at the detriment of his own life and his health. So the disgrace and shame is on Joseph Yoma Boakai. In as much that we will come to the people who aided and abetted him. This nonsense and mess that we got going on, this retrogression of the country, the first shame and disgrace goes on Joseph Yuma Boakai. He will be remembered in history for being one of the presidents that disgraced us on inauguration day. That he couldn't even stand to end his inaugural speech. Disgrace and shame to him. Um, we have said this over and over that we on SKTV, we have our relationships with people. And our relationship will never stop. But when it comes to saying the truth, we'll always say the truth. I don't care I don't care who's involved. And this is to say that Senator Yomdi Kanga Lawrence, Darius Dillon, Prince Moyi, even the Jeremiah Kuhn and Prince Johnson, we knew from day one that they have never been in the interest of the country. But this particular presidency will vindicate us and will vindicate the Liberian people, especially when it came to the time of the election. We knew that it was all about selfishness. It has never been in the interest of the people. Because when you are in the interest of people, even your decisions that you make, your selection, the people you choose to support, it shows that you are in the interest of people. So I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. But this confirms what Prince Johnson said, what Yeke Koluba said about them nominating their family members. And yes, Senator Yomi Kanga Lawrence nominated her brother, her junior brother, to the Ministry of Education. Yes, she did. And he is confirmed.
And her office brought you to the Ministry of Information.
Yes, her bare ball, what he means. What her office ball means. I definitely think he means. But you always used to be on Facebook here talking around, bouncing around.
Yeah.
But this shows that these people, they're intense. And the interesting part, if the CDC were doing the one or that Joya or that McGill or that somebody, they don't muff will be running all around here. Oh no, then he lied now. He did light. But the play that he's supposed to talk.
It was the understand of somebody just called the name.
Yeah, the play that he's supposed to talk. He's not talking there because it involves directly Yogi Tanga Lawrence and himself. They are just doing a bunch of embarrassing things and disgraceful things and so forth. But there's time for everything. There's time for everything. So the news that was read by Monk, let me relate to our people. My Oma and my papi then, and the news from Front Page Africa and the news in Liberia today, they say the old man, you already know, the old man I know what is happening in the whole government here. The people there, the thing what they wrote is the thing what they read in our newspaper. They say Joseph Poaka, when he put somebody in there for work business, nobody can take out the knee. Delon can take out the knee. Prince Moyi can take out the knee. They can tell the people that knee also. So you're telling there who know the work. They take off some of their knee from there. They say because some of them were in CDC government, but those people then they know the work. They know how to do the work correct in our country. But Yombly then take a knee there off from there. They move a knee from there. Joseph Braga say he don't know what is going on. Joseph Braga called there. He said, but what is making when I put people in there, you can take it off. Nobody then say he might go sleep, he might rest his body. They say Joseph Braga might rest his body. So the whole government here, Joseph Braga now in control here. What any private kind of country that the people there who bring the yo-yo, you must blame. You're here today. That those people there, when Joseph Braga said, he sent somebody need there, he not send the other party need there. Joseph Braga is confused. Joseph Braga confused. So my people that are new there that will bring to you today. So when you see your children, they're not in power again, or they not get job to do, and they're not sending you something for the Christmas, for the New Year, or for the July 26th, that hey, they take a job, they take the work from them. The rest people then take the work from them. So I wanted to tell you, so you can get it. You who say that the paper you want, we tell you say you move from beyond paper, mean paper. You're not getting that either. So to our people who in Grand Basel that either yeah, one of your daughter that are running the show, yeah. So we leave it with you. Same way on you.
But Steve, just before you close, and another funny thing about that article, right? This was the same government that promised to audit people. And the real seasoned professional at the auditing bureau, the internal audit agency, were the name that was scratched out. So what it tells you about the people who claim that they are coming to audit. Can you imagine that? I'll leave it right there, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so maybe the call to our people, the confusion, the lack of direction, the commotion, the back and forth. Baka not knowing what's going on. Baka not in control. Normally already president before she become president, because she's the one now, supposed to be the next president in the minds of her and DeLong and some Liberty Party supporters. So what happened? What's going on?
I think Melbourne trap. I think the network trapper is that.
No, that one the routine are happening. They're not network.
Well, they
Yeah,
were facing.
because we had two different. We had how you call it? We had Truth FM here twice.
Yeah.
Studio 1 and Studio B. Those were removed by a click. It was not. It didn't drop. I can tell. But whatever the case is, the first time we said maybe one should take calls, the screen went mute for 15 minutes. The second time now maybe one should take call, and it's going bad again. So I hope somebody is not behind their finger in the thing to stop us from doing what we're supposed to do.
I mean, that I get to hear you that finger into you don't fly out because we're getting interpreted different.
Yeah, but anybody can say like, bro.
Remember the CPP framework?
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully maybe we'll come back. Whatever the case is, I think the camera is off again. Hopefully,
Melbourne is back.
Yeah, it's bad, but the taking call thing that's a problem right now.
Yeah, Mr. Canel, you remember when we raised the argument or the conversation about the Senate cannot be people from the Senate cannot be the same people doing the vetting.
Yeah, but Joe Baka himself appointed those people then openly say, I'm not able to do my job. You can take it. I don't know how to do appointment. So that I don't blame Nyombli. All the people that they're accusing of doing certain things. Because Joe Baka himself appointed them to go and do the vetting. So if we don't want to do the vetting, we can't just bring anybody that we know in our vetting. So maybe go ahead, because I hear from our people whether they are happy with the direction.
Yeah, thank you. Let me see. Yeah, thank you so much. So the number to call to be part of the show is 0778 339682. That's the number to call, please. Yeah, so 0778 339682.
Maybe you're good. The other one is the other line is muted, so you're good.
All right, because I'm getting feedback from the figure, but anyway.
Yeah, but now it's muted from our end here, so it doesn't disturb us, so you can.
All right, go ahead.
Good afternoon, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, my brother, good. Thank God. What are your name and from where you join us?
And I joined the conversation from Greenkip County. My name is Ahmed Tambole.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity given me this evening to join this conversation. And these were things Brother Mong, Brother Sherry were telling our people. The likes of all of those officials, they did not come to fix this country, but rather to make things worse for this country, so that our people's mind will not be on these things, and then they get what.
We still have some issue over
there.
Yeah, we still getting bad.
I'll come in 1 minute. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Okay now. Hello. Yeah, go ahead. No. I think the network is getting bad of here. But 0778 833-9682. That's the number to call. Thank you. At least our producer. Thank you. There were our comment. But 0778-339-682. That's the number to call. Thank you so much for catching very fast. So 0778-339-682. That's the number to call to be part of the show right here on Truth FM 96.1. The heart and soul of Liberia. You know, we got to move. We got to transition to another studio. So hello, to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. How you coming on?
Yeah, my brother, great. Thank God. Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
The name is Vonnie King, calling from Grand Cayman County.
Okay, go ahead, Vonnie.
You see, this is what we told the Liberian people. That the man was old, they said out loud. I think it's all the confusion that they are doing around. So we need to just bear it. But it is here. I just is here. Thank you.
All right. So we got to bear it. That just says yes to this caller. Good evening. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, my brother, we're good. Go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, this is Rasmus calling from Pecan.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I want to just say something concerning you guys in America there, see a lot of things concerning the government. What is their contribution to bring on table as a Liberian to work along with the government? But just to sit in America and criticize government that what they're there for? What the government
Are you asking him?
It says like can bring their idea on table to work in the issue of the Liberian people.
All right.
They end up not kind of problem, criticize, and what how they're going to build a country. That is wrong, man. Let us change that mentality.
All right. So to this caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
My name is Hilton F. Johnson. I'm from Shower.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on discussion. One thing I have to say to that, the owner of the protection program has nothing to do with this because the person very performing, very much in two. There are a lot of things that they are doing. So the ANC people are just wasting our time. I found different because of it.
All right. Thank you so much. You made a point. To this caller, good evening.
We are performing.
Yeah, my brother.
Thank you so kindly. This is Pascal Davis from District 6. And let me say thanks to one, Khan, and the rest of the team. You know, like I've always said, is a side time. But mind you, what you ask for is what you get. And so the author for this, they wanted this. And the Liberian people stood their ground with all the level of education that was provided by Khan and Mon and the rest of the others. We said that several times. In fact, there was a time where we even sat on your platform and we told our people, not that we hate the top worker, not that, we have personal issues, but we were looking at health status. It is only a healthy mind that makes a healthy decision. So when somebody is obviously, you understand, there's some capacity that will be lacking. These were things that we were looking at. We were not personal. It was not about judgment. We said, if you cannot get judgment, you could still make a decision. For not Mr. Worker. That was our call. That's why we said conservative. But they didn't listen to all. The sad thing is that the senator who's supposed to be confirming people, who's supposed to be going beyond confirmation, not just the name of individuals. These are people who's supposed to be scrutinizing individuals who are sent to work, in the government.
All right. Pascal, we got to let you go. To Imada Sano. Imada, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, and good evening to the panelists. Yeah, as you rightly said, my name is Imada Sano. I want to hear your call before Uncle Pascal is very more to give recommendation to the government. The government came to be said, I have all the experience, nominating two people into one position. Look at the price of rice. Rice price could be on 3,600. Look at the price of gas. It's go to 1,000, fuel going to $1,000. This is going backward, just like the United Kingdom, like experience. So,
all right, we inside it to this caller. Good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
Yeah, this is Eddie P from Seeking So Far to Remember the Respond Defense Team.
Go ahead, Eddie.
You know, it's just bad for me for somebody to call and asking SK then what your contribution to Liberia. Maybe you're not part of SK yet. Do you know how many persons SK are not helping Liberia? But that's not an issue. Maybe that's what I know. But SK will address it later on. But you see, we just disappointed. People were telling people a riot. And somebody telling me, say, our president is that in a where somebody things are happening there. I'm sorry for our country. Where are we heading to? It's a disgrace for our country. And we're telling people, say, look, it's the pretty thing to do. What you owe, I can tell you a lot of things you can do. You can do it in our age again. You are not strong. Then you're going to be a way of saying, look at everybody who passing a riot. Now look at what the papa is doing. You know what it takes? You need that lawyer to get move from there. We find ourselves in our just what the other quarter say, we need for the next 6 years more. We criticize them a lot if they do the wrong thing. If they do the good thing, we tell them to do the good thing. But until they do the good thing, because somebody already who.
All right. Thank you so much for being part and speaking out of your own mind. To this caller, good evening. Hello? Okay. If you're afraid, then don't call in because some of you are afraid to talk, but you need to be on the same. To this caller, good evening.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. And let me say a pleasant good evening to you. Good evening to your panelists. My name is Hussein Keu, and I phone in from around Jakarta in District 2. So I listened to the analysis, you understand? But let me say this. This government is a very responsible government. And this government comes on a matter of change. Now, I am saying this to you and your listeners, that President Barack has come to this country to serve, not to loot. He's come with passion, experience, and everything it takes to be a president. And this is why he said, is government going to be a government inclusion? This is what you see people from diverse political background is serving a different ministry and agency. Now, let me say this. This issue of rights and government, they're going to be making of the president. Now, we should look at the global issues that are affecting other countries around the world. Russia is fighting war, and other countries like Asia, right? And other countries around the world. Now, so if you see program manufacture the price of rights and tickets, I think someone will be living in a dream world. This president is working tirelessly to ensure that electricity is stable, the rights price is reduced, and other business is sensitive for the people. So he really committed. So anybody who thinks Waka is not doing his best, he is doing his battle best, and Liberia is going to get better under the leadership of His Excellency Joseph Numa Barack. So thank you for your opportunity.
Thank you so much for being part also to this caller. Good evening. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Good evening. Your name and from where you join us?
I'm Joseph Johnson.
Joining us from where?
From Wayne Town.
Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, I follow your program very well, you know that, but I think that we need to be talking something more positive, you know, about having peace in our country. But sometimes some of the things that people can say, you know, it's like just people trying to promote violence, which is very bad. One of the Americans said, you tell the old people, you're telling the good for an old man, you see now it's moving their children from job. They will not carry anything cool today again, but they move them from job. No, this is just that. It takes time for things to be put in place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and for your time also on the radio to speak out on some of the prevailing situations. To this caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, we're great. Thank God. Your name and from where you join us?
You see all those things what they're talking, we are not screening to it. We know that it's gonna happen. The people can rescue or for current to tangle. You know, people sleeping, you don't sleep good. And second for the appointment or position where you know none of that only one minister of visual health. The president can send people there, the woman are there, she get her own people. So now you're not gonna hear our head, we wanna know what said that they were fighting. That you know, it better to be with a woman where you know than the one you not see before.
All right.
Yeah, that's just my point.
All right, brother. Thank you so much for being part. And 0778-339682, that's the number to call. He said, 0778-339682. We let me see the time. We still lots of time, so we want to take more calls. Liberians speaking out as to what some of these things that are happening. to this caller. Good evening. Yeah, who's this? Go ahead, your name and from where you join us. Yeah. Oh, my brother Williams, I don't know exactly where you, but anyway, you got to change your location and call back to this caller. Good evening. Hello? Hello? Wow, 077-833-9682. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, man. How you doing?
My brother, we're great. Thank God. Your name and from where you join us.
I'm calling from District 2, most of our country.
Okay, go ahead, boss.
Yeah, that's why you were saying we told the people that if Papi not come to do good for the Liberian people, they may not able to run the country. But still, a supporter there defending him, they're not seeing what's going on in the country here. The country are getting worse. Things more than before. Now to find him, rest to eat hard.
Someone says the global issues. You just listen to one of your Liberian brother and says the global issues.
We're gonna grow you when you told them that we are saying war fighting and all those things that were happening, they were there protesting all over. So that now they know that our global issue. Now we will not take that from them. They are wasting their time. When we get ready for the government, the president will resign in one day time. That's what we're trying to tell them.
All right. Thank you so much. To this caller, good evening. Hello?
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel Fire, calling from Chicken Factory.
Emmanuel Fire. Okay, well, Emmanuel Fire, go ahead.
Let me tell you something, my brother. This thing is not strange in our country. People will speak all the good things when they are not in power. But as the moment you give them the power, then you see they start to turn the other way. What the essence of Liberian chasing people in very training position will benefit you. What will it do for you? But because we just wicked and we are desperate for power, sometimes we overuse the power and we don't know what to do. We're supposed to be talking about Liberians to see how best we can upgrade there to another level. When I say level, I'm talking about main income level. But you notice that in Liberia, we're not taking away. All of the people who get into leadership, they're just concerned about themselves. So what are the strategy or innovation they have for the country? What are those mechanisms they're trying to put into place for the citizens? Because if you look around us here, other African countries, they're moving forward. They are investing in technology, the little resources and things that they have. We don't need to be begging people around here all of the time. We as Liberians, we have to put our leader to their feet and tell them, look, these things that you guys do is not doing better for our country. Hunting people on job, taking people for, just you fighting and when you say, it can't move the country forward. The former president spoke about these things that things were not easy around the world. There were economic crises, there were a lot of stuff going on. But at the end of the day, people downplay it. They were not taking it serious. Now, today they get into power, the sixth step, or the same thing this man was saying now, they want to complete on it. So who want to believe you? They say they're coming to rescue this country. They are not even telling us anything better. We're just going the same old way. So imagine you as a journalist, you work for that radio station. What are those mechanisms that government have from, let's just say, journalists?
For the media, right?
See that?
I said for the media, right?
Exactly.
No, but I won't believe it, my brother. They only call a member of the fourth estate. They finish with us. Good evening to this caller. Yeah, my brother. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us. Mm-hmm.
I've been following the show and let me appreciate all of you that are on the show this evening. But that is sincere and discuss the issue based on substantial evidence. That's because we see we hate this question or we want to criticize this government. We finish with election. Election is over. We are just 160 more in this government government. You don't have to want to get spreaded, to get better today and get better tomorrow. It's a process. You can't now on system that was damaged. You put the whole thing. The system was damaged. People go everywhere. Everybody is trying to fix the system that tomorrow every Liberian will be happy of. Then we are somehow we support this government. We agree that he has this some in the government.
All right, Chief. So let's call. Good evening.
Maybe just take two more and then I mean, two more calls.
Yeah. So good. So let me just take one of them. They call them cross over to you. Yeah.
Why did United Party people give up peace in this country? They said we are the most experienced, conscious miner and prepared to deliver. What I will not tell any Liberian here say there is a time to decide when one should give the opportunity to whether so that he can adjust himself. Whether it's one season, is known to be somebody who understands the situation. So not here we sit and say whether does not know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he is doing. Whether told us that he went through a suffering life in this country to the point where even his graduation program from CDA, he went and they brought a goat to him to take the goat and made the goat to for him to have a graduation ceremony. He took that goat because the goat was very tiny and he needed money to help himself because he was struggling. He took that goat one night and gave it a bag of salt, water. One night, that goat grew, it got fat, swell up.
What kind of story? What kind of way about story that be that? What kind of way? Look, they could have just interesting.
Yeah, but we got that.
Yes, indeed. Back after the call.
Mabon, thank you.
Joe Boy, the ghost story. That is it.
So, Steve, it is what's going on here? So, Steve, we listened to the Liberian in Liberia, and I think the country still remain evenly divided. People that supported Joseph Boakai, they stay trying to be defensive. They stay not trying to term with the reality. They stay want to present this whole picture as people fighting for party and people should defend their party regardless of their situation. But I think it's a good thing that people coming up to speak. But it's still early. And some of these people that are calling, I do not expect them to understand. I do not expect them to agree. I don't expect them to understand the magnitude of, the complexity of what we are watching right now. They don't understand. Some of them, they are guided by the whole, political party mandate. Some of them, they are brainwashed. They see nothing beyond their party. So anything you say, so long as it's not positive, they see you as a politician or an enemy of their government or somebody who's not in the interest of their government, who don't want them to succeed. So now, instead of they paying attention, this is the most intriguing part of the whole conversation, Steve. That means all the ills, all the flaws, all the bad behavior, all the bad things that are stipulated in that article that we have seen over and over, that they are saying, they don't care about that. What they care about, you shouldn't talk about it. So that means all the bad things they are doing, everything that's going on with the government, Joseph Boakai not even being aware of what's going on. Joseph Boakai now will appoint some people, they will take it out, and then Joseph Boakai will complain about it. The police say, no, they don't supposed to do it. They don't see that. And they start in about Liberia. And to their credit, the most committed people, the most committed political party membership, the Unity Party are the most committed people than anybody. Maybe they will get tired, maybe the thing will change later on. But as of yet, the Unity Party people are very, very committed. You should be afraid. You should fear the power of stupid people, when they're in good number, when they're huge number, they can change a lot of things. They don't care about good thing. They don't care about what's good for the country. They don't care about what direction the country is going. All they care about is themselves. As long as they are satisfied, even they are hungry, but as long as their party is in power, they are happy. But what about the other people? What about the rest of the Liberian people? The Unity Party will continue to dominate, the social media. Even if there's negative information, if you go and write about it, you will see more Unity Party people responding than other people. Even if there's a bad news or criticism of Joseph Nima Bwaga, you go and write it, you will see more response from the Unity Party people than other people. So it seems like the people, the entire country, despite the inaptitude and incompetent display by Joseph Nima Bwaga and his people, they are fine with it. And I think the country is headed to the destination of nowhere. We'll be in cycle until next election time, and then the same group of people will make a decision again. But I can tell you right now, we don't have opposition in Liberia. Not only the leaders, but even grassroots. No opposition. Everybody, waiting to see what they can get from this government. I don't want to say that.
Well, Mr. Kenneth, on SKTV, we predicted that CDC were going to be destroyed from within, because of their behavior and so forth. Let me announce to the Unity Party people that Unity Party will be destroyed from outside, not inside. And the reason for that is the people that they have entrusted, the mistake that they made, the initial mistake that they made. And that mistake include, but not limited to, the pick of the vice president, the bringing in of Senator Yondi Kanga Lawrence and Darrell Dillon. They are not original Unity Party partisans. Let me say this to you. Y'all will be isolated and alienated. Y'all will be on a bench. Y'all watch and see. Y'all think that you want a presidency, so that means you're in control. The first mistake that you're making, the big mistake and calculation that you're making, is Joseph Yuma Bwaka not being in control of the government. That's a huge mistake. The fact that Yogi Kanga Lawrence, the fact that Darius Dillon, the fact that Prince Moi and other people, let me say Prince Moi, what the guy name? The vice president, Jeremiah Kuhn, and other people can be so influential to be able to control the government to the point where President Joseph Yuma Bwaka does not know what's going on. And you think this is joke? No problem. No problem. We can read by it and we discuss how they plotted and got rid of y'all and silence y'all. Some of you who are praising it, y'all be the simple, y'all cost Dillon, y'all cost Yombi, y'all cost Jeremiah Kuhn. Y'all keep this video to me. We'll be right here. With the movie here. With any that 6 years, you know, any problem. 6 years, we want to 6 years. But in the 6 years, y'all will disgrace each other, y'all will dishonor each other. We're not talking, we're watching your baby. We don't want to tell you what happened, where it happened. And we don't want it. On SKT, we can sit down right here. They can fight. Now, y'all think that y'all got under control? They know the mistake that y'all made to give the people them authority to run the government. The people are positioning themselves strategically and positioning the people strategically so that when push comes to shove, they can just easily kick you out. And I think you're party them ready and they got the best propaganda and they get good propaganda and they get it one. We know if they get propaganda or not. We know. Don't worry. We know. And you're telling the party chairman, you're saying he's somewhere. You're telling the party secretary general, you're saying he's somewhere. You're dismantling, enabling, and killing the party little by little. Even the young people that are in the party, colonial crowd. And you're telling what you're saying, you're in executive. You're in strategic. You're not thinking about the survival of the party. When Joseph Boga leads the with you know what? Me,
Yeah,
that one was little.
Mom, what say you, man?
Well, second, for me, I don't say that much. I love hearing the people calling from back home. You know, I like to build on the response from the responses from our people back home. For me, there is nothing strange to me, nothing happening here new. We said it from the beginning. You see, they say the judge will suffer with the unjust. When it rains, it does not matter whether you are a sinner or you are repentant or you are repentant. They reinforce on everybody, good, bad, or ugly. That's what happening. The judge will keep suffering with the unjust in Liberia. I keep telling you folks all the time. You got three group of Liberians. The people who pay attention, the people who want the best for that country, the vast majority they are outside of the country. It's a whole different mindset in the country. The people who know better, that understand the game, they are after jobs in Liberia. And the main victim themselves that cannot understand the game as to what's happening behind the scene, they are the one that think with their heart instead of their head. They vote on emotion. I said it on the show prior to the election. I say if you are running an organization or a business to last, 95% of the people behind Joseph Boakai were never going to support him to be the leader for an organization or to run their business. But that's Liberia for you. They wanted something. They wanted jobs. For Joseph Boakai and his administration, let me give you this simple scenario. It's very tough. The presidency is one of the toughest jobs. That's what they call you the commander-in-chief, the chief executive. It's almost like you're a single guy running a Fortune 500 company with more than 20 different departments and responsible for, let's say, upward of 5,000 to 6,000 employees worldwide. That's why they pay CEO here millions of dollars, because they know it's not an easy work. You look at a man like Joseph Boakai. Okay, I mean, he got the experience, but experiences come in twofold. They got good and bad experiences. So just because somebody have experience doesn't mean that they can get a job done, because there are instances you can be having some bad experiences. Whether you like it or not, Joseph Boakai is not capable of running a country in this day and age. That's a fact. But in Liberia, there are more people that think with their heart than their head. They just couldn't accept the fact. Like what I keep saying, even if you don't want a Georgia, for me, I can never support Georgia. We say the same thing. Whether you're looking for the soccer fee, whether you're looking at a celebrity, whether you love your personality, he cannot manage a country. And 6 years after, we were still vindicated. So the caller who said, we only giving 6 years, you know the one thing people don't consider in Africa? Liberia got one of the shortest life expectancy on the continent because we lack access to basic services. And when you from a poor country, your life is shorter. I think it's 64. It used to be 68, it's 64 years now by international standard. Every time you make a dumb decision, it will not cost you only 6 years. It will cost you 2 times 6 years, because it's tougher to rebuild than to destroy. So the people who say, oh, it's only 6 years, no, that's not 6 years, my brother. Your children and possibly your grandchildren future are the one that is at stake. So you think that when we go to an election, that you can just make your decision out of your head or out of emotion and think that it will only cost you 6 years? No. It would take another person to come and replenish that 6 years and redo or undo the damages that will cause. And in doing so, it will also cost them a time. It will cost them time. So you are not only losing 6 years. Now, let me give you another instance. The easiest thing to do in the government is to appoint people who are supposed to come and help you implement your vision, right? If Joseph Boakai is not capable of forming his own government, how do you arrive at the idea that he could implement his so-called arrest policy? We just gave you a 100-day delivery, but we are 63 days. And you saw what we've been saying all along from Front Page Africa. So you will ask us, it's almost like a kid that cannot recite his own timetables telling you he can solve calculus. If Joseph Boakai is not in control of the very people that are supposed to come and work with him to implement his agenda, then tell me the whole agenda is dead. Because that's the least thing you can do. Like I just said, you can set timetable. How can I expect you to solve calculus? You haven't even reached the most difficult portion of your job yet. The basic, you are not in control. So normally Kanga, I know normally Kanga, I don't know. She might as well run to be a HR, human resource manager, because I don't know why she's a lawmaker. Because if all of them are there to only appoint, and you see, they are very if you follow this thing, they are very strategic in the job or the tenure position in the local area that are lucrative. Auditing agency, the local strategic area in government. That's what I keep saying on the show. All government positions are not created equal. They know exactly what they are doing. That's why they keep scratching out people, and they want your people to be there. So the question is, if you call yourself Salama Swan before the election, or you agree, this is the time that you will agree. You will live with the agree thing for the next 6 years, and it will cost Labro more. It will cost Labro about 12 years, because I know for a fact. Look, in as much as I respect Joseph Boaga for the services rendered to Labro by virtue of the past position he's serving, I know what it takes to grow an economy, to grow a country, especially a country with tons of challenges like Labro. Joseph Boaga stand no chance. This 6 year added to Georgia 6 year, and the potential to replace it. You're talking about 18 to 20 years of your life that will go down the drain. The only thing that I show off, the few people that were on the rescue train will come up millionaires in the next 6 years. That's the only thing that I can guarantee you. They will steal.
Yeah.
They will
Yeah. Mon, thank you so much. So we receive a communication that Jay Kabakoli, the nephew of Joseph Jima Boakai, who is officer in charge at NOCA, have spent over $600,000 already in less than 3 months, and that the issue has been sent to the attention of the Anti-Corruption Commission for investigation. I don't know what's going to happen, what's going to come out of it, but Jacob Akoli promised that he will be millionaire before Joseph Boakai. He said he will be a millionaire in 3 months. I think he's halfway there, or maybe a little bit over halfway, half of a million. So we are still digging deeper as to what will happen, what will come out of it. But the information is that Jacob Akoli has spent about $600,000 United States dollars in less than, let me see here. Yeah, hold on one second. Hello? Okay. Let's go to the line here. I think this is Brookable Power. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah. Thank you so much for your show. You know, I enjoy the show, but I don't want to devour you on the argument of saying, I know you said there is no opposition in that, bro. I want to devour you. Look, the people themselves that they are their own opposition. They respect. They are their own opposition. Because we talk about the real opposition. For the local team, what is happening in our country and what is happening among them is they are their own opposition. Because we have a key power. The key power is a measure of 62%. And after less than 1 month and less than 6 months, we begin to get issue with the Liberia side find issue with him. Some of the Liberia side find issue with him. For the government, but they all said they're starting with the government. Look, how can you imagine the men are being government for the 6 years? 12 years as the vice president. Can I tell the government correct? That everybody go any ministry they go to war. Why you president appointment? And look at what is happening. For the day, every part there is no change that say they see exactly order or this other one, or this other one, the president gives exactly order on it. Nothing. The same issue. The 3% is going up. The people, some of the people that voted for them, the 1% that voted for them, some of them start regretting. Some of them start regretting. If you never call Nana, and never call and say, that's an opinion pool. You see.
My man, that's not what they call out show though. People in a call this time around, talking about the other day, today they put in a call. Majority of them, they're supporting the president. They say the man doing good. So where's the opposition?
Look, opposition, listen, I tell you, there is an opposition, and they say they are the only opposition.
Yeah, but they're the opposition, but they say they're happy. They're happy with what they have, what they're getting. I mean, that is something that happened. When people started calling, you was saying that your people there, you do the party put in place, all of the other put in there, they're not talking, but they will vote the other way around.
mean, don't come out because for now, it's just hope. But the time will come, 1 more, 15 months from now, you see a difference. There's still be a war opposition. Because people coming, the opposition are there.
Okay.
So then you get confused when I later call, I always say, and go, somebody call 2 times, you say, I saw him discuss it.
All right, my brother.
People to call show, you don't know.
I mean, nobody calling anybody. The people then they are committed to the Unity Party. That one, I give it to them. I disagree with you on that one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, nobody giving them money to call. They put in, they believe in what they believe in. They trust their government. How sure are you? We experienced the same thing during the election. People are saying that other their people will not call, but they will vote the other way. The people that were calling, the people that voted.
The job is staying in it because it's a party.
All right. All right, thank you.
Push it. Or 3 months after the justice here, you see.
All right, thank you. We got to leave it there. Thank you. When I say thank you, it means that we got to leave it there. I got to take other people. I don't need to cut people off. Yeah, caller on the other line here. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Gwen, I'm calling from Detroit.
Gwen, how are you?
You were you know, I have been
yeah.
I keep listening a show. I'll go back and listen. I just wanted to bring something to your attention. You need to take a day, maybe month, need to put his number skills together, compare and contrast the budget. I'm not saying reading numbers. Let us look at if Joseph Brecker put $1 million to agriculture, how much of that is going to impact the people's life and what was it before? Because let me tell you, I talked to my brother this morning. The first thing he said, at least he tried. He cut his salary down and he cut the legislator's salary down. And I asked him, I said, they were making 16,000 and they're cutting it to, let's say, 9,000. Do you think the legislature will sit there and let them cut their money? I asked him, I said, since they cut the salaries down, where are they putting it to benefit you? They have written out propaganda before the budget came up. They not read in front and said how they were reducing, and that is the only thing that people are looking at now.
Mm-hmm.
The paper cut the salary and he cut it, and like, so in their head they're thinking that money will trickle down to them. But I was telling my brother, I said the NSA that we were complaining about, their budget is again increased. The EPS that is only responsible to take care of one family, and that's the first family. I believe they got more money in their budget than the whole national police. So when we carry our cases to the police and the police pay us before we go anywhere, then we shouldn't get mad. So I was explaining all of that, the people didn't know. So you need to compare and contrast that budget from the last previous budget to see where's the money to benefit the people. What the debt that they keep on paying every year, they're paying debt. What kind of debt you paying? It can't go down. Let them show us who they owe. Look, people, you have what to do. Our people now thinking on that level. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Gwen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to the line here. This is Ben. Ben from Minnesota. Ben, how you doing, sir?
I was a decent call in. Hey, anyway, let me tell you, there has been nobody in Liberia's salary was ever reduced in the budget. No salary reduction at all. Anybody say that's a lie? The only thing that they did was they adjusted the other subsidiary funds that are into those various agencies. The item line for the salary remains the same. So nobody MIT is paid a lot. No, the only cut down the issues is anybody tell you that the MIT salary is all lie. There was so much waste, they were able to adjust some of it, so there was nothing. Now, it's just the main issue that I call for. I think I will have my own protest if the Liberian, if anybody go against Jay Karakoli. And here's why I will have my own protest. Police will say it is alleged that he's stealing from local. Of course, we know you are going to steal. How is it Ellen son stole from the same local? Ellen admitted to the crime. No Liberians are mad to get in the street. Nobody. All we get is that woman, that's my woman. And Liberian people, I don't know whether that's stupidness or working on that. I don't know. Somebody who is
Something on this.
right. For some stealing from the country. We not mad about it. That Jacob won't be money. And that's why like when other men, when other president from the sea, the other president from the sea. Let them see, and that's what they want. Let it be. But please, if they want to go after it seems where some of us believe that going after sedition for a loan for any other recovery will be wrong. I also feel that it would be wrong to go after Jacob Macaulay if you can go after Ellison.
My man, they were making to rescue the country, so they could have done it differently instead of following the same footsteps.
Form of rescuing. So he is trying to get the money to his family, and it will trickle down from his family down to the rest of the country. That's another form of rescuing. You're enjoying. Let people enjoy it. Ellison Steve, Waka Kwasi Steve. That wasn't wrong there. That's what people sign up for. Let's enjoy the country, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ben. Let's go to the line here. 443 4168. What is your name? Where are you calling from?
Assalamu alaikum. This is Ali Masali from
Ali Masali from Maryland. How are you, Ali?
Alhamdulillah, inshallah. Yes, my brother. Thank you for the show. Thank you, guys. You see the problem here, as you were saying, the Unity Party, those people, they are committed to their party. So even when they are in power, even when they are hungry, they are happy because they are in power.
Yeah.
I was listening to Hassan, all those things he was saying, what the experience that Joseph Bakar has brought to the table. You see, which one of the president ever in the history of Liberia, those people who are supposed to confront people, they are the same people, or all the
appointing the people.
When you have seen that an experience that you got for the 2 years in working government, have you ever seen that? You see, you people talking today, war in Ukraine, war in these other places. When we said it from the beginning, there are war everywhere. They have shaped the price of rent, gasoline. This is a global issue. I should continue from being there to Liberia all the time. Whenever I'm shipping, I buy rest and put it there for my family. When the corona started, the rent we used to buy $48 for a bag, the £100 US for rent here. We started buying $60, $70. I had to go even to the Zambia to go buy rest. $90 after 3 months. We couldn't find rest in Maryland here. When we told the people it was a global crisis, they said Allah, President, we have decided to support the Liberian people. It is now that you people coming to tell the Liberian people the price of commodity high because it's a global crisis. This is the high level of deception. The people are saying we should gain a paper chance. It's just coming in power. If the Christmas will be good, you will know for the Eve. When President we have got in power, you have started on him. Nobody told you to give me chance. So it was good for him, it should be good for you. The only thing we expect Joseph Bakar to show him for the 2-year experience to rescue our people. We expect to see tea prices still being high in the country. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Thank you so much. So, Mount, we have about 6 minutes to go. What do you make of the fact that Unity Party people, they will do anything and everything to defend their party, whether in opposition or in governance? What do you think? Okay, let me take this call. Let me take Abraham, then we'll close. Abraham. Yes, sir. Welcome. We thank God. Alhamdulillah.
I think a caller, I think it's a lady, Gwen, right?
Gwen, yeah.
Quite honestly, I think you guys need to find time to really delve into this budget situation. Because the budget, firstly, what was submitted by the real government before he left power, they cut it down. I think they submitted, around about $800 some $1,000, and they cut it down. what is submitted, Siku, you got 92.5% of recurring expenses. Nothing else in it for to benefit the things that they ran on. And its salary have exploded under this government. Case in point, what business does government have to even be appointing a deputy minister of state for budget? When you have a budget bureau already, you have a budget director.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I mean, how do you explain that, Siku? I mean, say whatever you can say. There were positions that the previous government decided not to appoint people to because they tried to control
Spending.
Expenditure because they never had it. But for you to come at this point in time and do those things there, and then you have a bloated government, every position to the point of civil service people have been appointed there, coming from the president's office. Talking about, I got a letter from the president's office. I mean, when are you going to prioritize development? When are you going to prioritize even the increment in the issue about civil service aid? Nothing like that was addressed in. You talk about the police, people. Look at the allocation of for police. And the people cry all around the country that police don't have vehicles and don't have the apparatus to operate. And those things were never prioritized in that budget. Priority education, nothing. All concentrated in that budget, they allocated $11 million to this, what do you call it, NSA. Because they have come to realize that the reason why they decommissioned that order, because they have come to realize that that's a revolving door right there. We'll put the money in there and go for it.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to put it.
The thing is, they can just put money there, but on paper, but then they never send the money there because they can just divert the money. The money can go to them. They can just put on paper and then take the money out, from the finance ministry.
And for those lawmakers that
in the central bank.
Are the him of power over there coordinating appointments.
Yeah.
Shame on these people. It's shame on them. The people need to hold them really, really accountable. They need to publicly start to shame some of these people that are running behind this government job, giving it to family members and everything else. This is appalling. Quite honestly, I've never.
Yeah, but if Jonah Barker is the one that was elected, if he can outsource his responsibility to the people, what do you expect?
I mean,
that's the reason why the people supported him. They feel like he doesn't know what's going on. They're going to use him. They're going to use as a stepping stone to exploit the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's really sad, but until the people revolt, because we don't nobody talking about civil disobedience, but the fact of the matter is that when people get frustrated, they're going to agitate in a way that they're concerned with you have to resonate.
Yeah.
You cannot continue on this path and expect that we're going to make progress. Now you see people coming, let's give the government a year. You knew all of these things that you have to show the people that you're going to do it.
Yeah.
In the United States here, the government won't hear it be the Democrat, Republican, they kind of platform and tell them we're going to do X, Y, Z. As soon as they get the power, they're not doing it, the citizens there, they start to demand that they do it. So what were you told this?
Yeah.
What's happening with
that? Everyone, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Yeah. No, it's a sad time for Liberia. So. Yeah, because that's what they are meant for. That's what they do. Yeah. Fortunately. Thank you. Mark, before we leave, my man, what's going on? What do you make of all these things? Before we go.
Hello?
Mark, yeah.
Like I said, the people, they got what they wanted. And I don't expect Unity Party people to stop anytime soon. Unity Party were able to achieve something that was never achieved in Liberian history. that a former ruling party, after 176 years, to come back to power. We told the voters, these people mean they don't mean well for you. It's a rush. They know the men who they are supporting. They understand the fact that he been in the game for long. And United Party spent 12 years in power. 12 years is no small time. They were the control institution over there from the elections commission. You can name whatsoever. They got people. They've been in power for 12 years. So they got that root, they got that foundation. They understand the Joseph Boaga name brand. But they knew that he was not capable of governing. But guess what? They knew that they were going to be in control. You know, when you do psychology, they get something called the pain or pleasure threshold. When you are in pain, you want it to end as quickly as possible. When you are experiencing pleasure, you want it to run forever. These people, you just give an instant about Jay Kabakoli. I saw that piece until it can be authenticated. But Jay Kabakoli said Jay Kabakoli openly said he want to be a millionaire within the first 6 months. So if he makes money 600,000 and leave more than halfway there, that's why the rescue train was all about. The rescue train was never about you. Now, you want to give excuses for war in Ukraine and global crisis. That's why the government got something they call subsidies. Subsidy is money government give to businesses, to certain individual entities to take the pressure off ordinary people. So that when there is war, when you pass the budget, you allocate certain amount for subsidy for certain goods and commodity or services that people use, the average man use. But guess what was allocated to the budget? Only $16 million for a whole country, a country of 5 million. The money that we're giving for subsidy in your budget is only 16 million. But they were giving
out of 600 plus million.
692 million. That's
almost 200 million.
Yeah, they gave you only 16 million for subsidies. So you will figure the rest out. We told you these people never meant well. The services or the particular provision within the country that's supposed to make you the average person better. The entire budget, what they call something they call public sector investment program, they only allocated $51 million, which is less than 8% of the budget. The rest of it go to the payroll. That's why they are furnishing their offices. They got vouchers. They can go everywhere and take anything they want. Free tariff. You think they want that system to stop? So every time they see a potential leader with great ideas for that country, they will suffocate them because they wanted to go like that, because that's how they remain relevant. And we told you, the voters, start thinking with your brain. Don't use your heart to think. You are the one that are going to be the victims at the end. These people will come out rich. Why? Look, Sego, why would you think the Prince Moy, the Darius DeLeon, the Nyombli Kanga, and all those guys in the Senate will want to be the one imposing on Joseph Boaga? Because they bring in nothing but their fiancés, their families, their relatives, their friends to put them in those strategic and lucrative government position. So at the end of the day, everybody can walk out smiling with extra amount of cash. And that is why we keep telling you. Every time you make a mistake thinking it's 6 years, no, it will cost you more than 6 years. And we keep telling you, SKTV, for some of us, at least we know what we are losing for. And I will do it again. I said it on the show. I will do it again when it comes to decision making 1,000 times with escaping the bait. Because I know what I'm losing for, but you cannot tell me why you are winning. For you, you think it's CDC for the United Party. No. It's the country and your children's future and probably your own future that you keep mortgaging all the time. So you will pay the ultimate price, because unfortunately, this is the only system we got when it comes to changing or replacing government. So every 6 years that you will play the cat and mouse game, trust me, you will spend 12 years in the confusion until we go to another election cycle. So we'll stop there for now.
Thank you, Monk. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate your understanding of issues. I want to say thank you to all of you for following, for sharing. We will be here again tomorrow. But yeah, in this month of Ramadan, sometimes it can be very, very difficult for us, but we try, to come on. But we appreciate you for also sticking with us regardless. We appreciate your time, and hopefully we will be here tomorrow. Labyrinth story is never ending story. The only bad thing, we are not making progress. We're not going in front. We're just going behind. And that's the country we have. If you think of the country, you can feel bad, but when you think of the people in the country themselves who are making decisions as to who to lead the country. If you think about their mindset, you listen to them, you got sick, your stomach. But that's what we have. And we have to live with it until we can change things for the better. Yeah, thank you. We appreciate your time.